Okay, that video rendered took a little long, but let's continue.
Since you have successfully retreated from Kashyyyk, you can continue to command the surviving forces from that battle within the Galactic View. This view allows you to manage the resources on all of your planets, including your economy, bases, and units.
We need to evacuate Kashyyyk and reinforce the main Alliance fleet at Bothawi. Prepare for departure by moving our ground forces into orbit above Kashyyyk.
Alright.
Units within the Galactic View are represented by stacks of units known as fleets. The strongest unit within a fleet is always displayed on top. Move these ground forces into orbit by dragging them from the surface of Kashyyyk into one of the available...
Good work. I'll transmit the system coordinates for Bothawi to you now. Stand by.
System conquered.
There it is. Direct all fleets located on Kashyyyk to move to Bothawi. The main Alliance fleet should be in sight once we arrive. There they are. Now we need to join them. Give the order and we'll combine our fleets. Reporting for duty.
Welcome. I am relieved to see that you survived the Empire's assault on Kashyyyk, but our situation is still dire. You are all that remains of the forces there, and we have no other resources to draw upon. As you can see, the Rebel Alliance currently controls Bothawi. The Bothawi system is providing us with a modest credit supply. But if we are to withstand another attack from the Empire, we will need to find additional sources of income.
To obtain more resources, it will be necessary for you to claim another planet. Capturing a planet will increase the total number of credits that you collect at the end of every galactic day. It will also increase the total number of units that you can support.
Alright.
Ryloth is currently unoccupied. This means that it should be an easy planet to capture. Begin the process of capturing Ryloth by moving your forces into orbit above Ryloth.
Mission log updated.
Before we do that, I want to talk a little bit. I don't, like, with Armored Warfare, I'm still going to put Armored Warfare. I don't think this is going to replace it, but with the test, I haven't really been I haven't really gone anywhere in the test. I mean, I could get the tier 7s, but, you know, I want to play artillery, and I want to play the scouts, and it's kind of getting, not so much boring. The game is great, but I don't want to be a one-channel game. Like, that's how it was becoming with Verdun. It was just Verdun, and I just didn't like it. You know, so I'm gonna do these Let's Plays in the middle. You know, just...
Underway.
And,
Your forces must occupy the surface of a planet in order to capture it. To do this, simply move your fleet into the ground slot located near the center of the planet.
Mission log updated.
And, the Armored Warfare isn't optimized at all, and running that and Fraps at the same time does take a heavy toll on the computer. I was getting a lot of, high CPU usage, high usage alerts, and, I just want to take it easy for a little bit on the computer.
System control achieved.
Let's take a closer look at Ryloth. To access a more detailed view of a planet, select the planet and then click on the Zoom In icon located on the minimap.
Mission log updated.
There we go.
You will need to build a barracks before you can recruit infantry. Building a barracks will provide you with basic ground defenses, as well as the ability to recruit infantry units. Switch to ground production mode by selecting the Ground Production tab. Then, build a barracks by clicking on the barracks icon.
Mission log updated.
The
Beginning
barracks.
construction. Construction complete.
Constructing multiple buildings of the same type on a planet will give you bonuses, such as faster build times for specific units. But remember, each planet has a limited capacity for structures. You will need to create ground forces in order to defend the surface of the planet. Since you have built a barracks, you now have the ability to create more ground units. Switch to ground production mode by selecting the Ground Production tab.
Already on
Then
that.
recruit 2 Rebel infantry squads by clicking twice on the Rebel infantry icon.
Mission log updated. Recruiting.
Reporting. Reporting.
You will need to build a space station before you can build space units. Building a space station will provide you with basic space defenses, as well as the ability to build space units. Switch to Space Production mode by selecting the Space Production tab. Then, build a space station by clicking on the space station icon.
Mission log updated. Building under construction.
Good.
There we go.
We will also need several space units.
You will also need to create a space fleet in order to protect the space around the planet. Now that you have created a fully operational space station, you have the ability to build ships. Switch to Space Production mode by selecting the Space Production tab. Then, build 2 X-Wing fighter squadrons by clicking twice on the X-Wing fighter icon.
Mission log updated.
What's this one?
Squadron reporting. Squadron reporting.
To zoom out from a system, click on the zoom icon located on the command bar.
Mission log updated.
Whenever you capture a planet, you will be rewarded with credits. Credits can be used to purchase new units, structures, and upgrades. You will receive money from all of the planets under your control at the end of each galactic day. The more planets that you control, the more credits you will receive.
Unlike the Empire, we do not prey on other systems to support our cause. Instead, we prefer to acquire the bulk of our tactical resources in a way that undermines the Empire itself. Fortunately for us, our spy network provides us with the advantage of being completely aware of all Empire-controlled systems within the immediate area. A smuggler on Bothawi has agreed to support our cause and can be deployed to Nal Hutta. Direct our smuggler to siphon credits from Nal Hutta.
Mission log updated. Hiring smuggler.
Smugglers are spy units that can be used to increase your credit supply without the need to capture planets. A smuggler is available on Bothawi because a cantina is present on this planet. To steal credits from the Empire, drag the smuggler unit to the steal credit slot on Nal Hutta.
Mission log
Moving
updated.
into position.
Good. As long as our smuggler is deployed at Nal Hutta, we can expect to see an increase in our credit reserves. We have built all that we can with our current resources. Since we acquire our resources in ways that undermine the Empire, we will need to get technology advancements from the Imperials. These droids should be able to assist you in this task.
The Rebel Alliance gains new technology by stealing it directly from Imperial planets. Move R2-D2 and C-3PO to the steal slot on Nal Hutta to steal technology from the Empire.
Mission log updated.
Man, we are just...
Hover the mouse cursor over any item that you wish to receive detailed information for, and a tooltip will be displayed. Choose a technology to steal from the Empire by selecting it from the available list. Whenever the Rebel faction exhausts all possible technology options, they will advance to the next technology level.
New construction options available.
Good. We must also improve our hold on Bothawi by constructing defensive structures.
A power generator will be built automatically for any structures that require power to function, including base shield generators. Remember, you can zoom in on a planet to see any units and structures that you may have built.
Mission log updated. Shield generator constructing. Construction complete.
Now that our defenses are in place, we should take steps to reinforce the neighboring planet of Tatooine. Unfortunately, the space above Tatooine has been blockaded by an Imperial fleet, so we will need to make use of a raid fleet. Unlike normal fleets, raid fleets do not initiate space combat on enemy systems. Using raid fleets allow us to reinforce or assault systems which are blockaded by enemy fleets.
The Rebel Alliance can use raid fleets to bypass space battles within enemy territory by moving directly to a planet's surface. This allows the Rebel Alliance to reinforce friendly planets blocked by enemy space units, or even capture undefended enemy planets.
Create a raid fleet using some of our newly recruited infantry, and reinforce the defenses on Tatooine.
To access a more detailed view of a selected planet, click on the Zoom In icon located on the minimap.
Mission log updated.
Create a raid fleet by dragging the ground unit shown here into orbit. To move a unit into orbit, simply drag and drop the units to the desired fleet position.
Mission log updated.
You will now need to bypass the Empire space units positioned above Tatooine. To do this, simply drag the Rebel raid fleet from Bothui to the raid slot located on Tatooine. This will place the infantry units directly on the surface of Tatooine.
Mission log updated.
On my way.
Invasion commencing.
Well done. The additional support at Tatooine should allow our forces there to endure any sudden Imperial attacks.
Alright, sorry. Why did I say sorry? I mean, yeah, finish this and then start again, but yeah, I'm still gonna do Armored Warfare, still gonna do everything, still gonna... Yeah, I might bring back Verdun, you never know. I mean... Once Armored Warfare gets a little bit more along, I mean, and once I start wanting to play more, I just wanted to do something a little bit different. You know, I got Star Wars and Fallout hype in me right now. Yeah, excited for both of those games. I can't show anything for Fallout. No, I did a Fallout New Vegas, partial Let's Play. But, Star Wars hype, the new Star Wars Battlefront looks great. From the gameplay they showed, everything looks amazing. Yeah, gonna render this, and then we'll continue to part 3.